the whole 9 yards. Okay. I don't know about if you guys have the book or not, but I can send a picture in the chat for those who are in Telegram, and you can join me while we take a look at these. So shoe. Right. There's a bunch of vocabulary here, but we're not going to be too finicky with them, too picky. Finicky, прикольное слово, капризный, finicky, or capricious, whichever you like. So yeah, now we have restaurant. Yeah, that's how you pronounce the word. Restaurant, yes. We have restaurants, we have cafes, we have bars and pubs. Bars and pubs, same meaning. A pub is where you know, like a bar where you can buy beer and alcohol. A restaurant is where you can eat food. But we also do have gastropubs where you can eat food and drink beer. You can technically buy beer in a restaurant, but usually, you know, you just get wine or champagne or some other fancy type of poison. Cafes, well, as the name implies, basically you deal with coffee, all right? I guess that's a small little distinction, right? There are also food trucks where you get your fast food. Now, fast food, basically, I guess you guys know what that means, right? Yeah, so you have McDonald's and burgers and stuff. A little slower? All right. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Restaurant is a place where you eat food, but generally, if you can buy food, then it's a restaurant. But you can also have a gastropub. So a gastropub is something of a combination between a pub and a restaurant. So gastro meaning to eat, gastropub, eat and drink, right? You've got cafes that specialize in primarily coffee. Well, the types of coffee we all know, right? Yeah, so the standard Americano, espresso, for those who know that. And then you have all your mochachinos and frappuccinos and all that nonsense. Sorry, I'm not a fan of taking coffee with milk. Oh, that's the correct term. Do you take? All right. I know you can say put, but usually we say, do you take your coffee with milk or sugar? Do you take? All right. So let's imagine I'm making coffee for you. I'll ask, how do you take your coffee? Milk or sugar? And you go, yes, please, milk and sugar, or milk, no sugar, whatever you like. So obviously you have the cappuccinos, the macchiatos. I don't know the names. I'm not a big fan. I'm more of a strong black coffee kind of person. And so yeah. All right. Now, when you get into a restaurant, the first thing obviously is to ask for the waiter, right? The word is waiter, neither, but right? There's a reason it's called W. So waiter, neither, waiter. Good. So you have a waiter or a waitress. Now we also have cook and chef, and the difference basically is the chef is in charge of the cook, right? If usually big restaurants have a bunch of cooks and one chef. Or you can have a sous chef or something, but you guys get the difference. What else do we have? When you get into a restaurant, first thing you need to do is place an order or make an order, whatever you like. And let's take a look at how we can do this, all right? So imagine if you walk into your favorite restaurant and you need to place an order, or make an order for some food. What do you say? Please remember, in English, we very much love to be polite. So you would always use a bunch of pleases, okay? So let's picture a scene. You walk into the restaurant and the waiter walks up to you. The waiter says, "May I take your order?" Or, "Are you ready to order?" Both of these are fine, right? May I take your order, or are you ready to order? And then you say yes. And then in English, you would say, "I would like right? Or I'll have. I would like, or I'll have, right? So I would like the fish and chips. I would like tea and biscuits. I'll have the French fries. Okay, I'll have the steak. I'll have a beef tartare or whatever, or a potato puree, right? Whatever you like. So I'd like, or I'll have. I will have, or I would like. Okay, I would like, short form. I'd like, I'd like, I'd like, one word, I'd like. I will have, I'll have, I'll have a whatever. Okay. Or you can also say, please, could I have, right? Yeah, please, could I have. All right. So usually, obviously, you will ask for the menu, right? It's called a menu, menu, but menu in English, stressing the first word. Could I have the menu? Could I have a Russian menu? Could I have an English menu? Whatever you like. All right. Then when you are finished with your main course, that's nothing. You can ask for the dessert menu or the drink menu, right? Whatever you like. So can I have the dessert menu? Can I have a drink menu, a cocktail menu, alcohol menu? Okay. Can I have also works, right? Could I have? Can I have? No difference really. May I have? A little very polite. Okay. So when you want them to give you something, you say, can I have? If you want to order something, I'd like, right? Good. How do you say приятного аппетита when someone starts eating? In Russian, you say приятного аппетита. In English, you have two ways of saying it. You can go the French, so two ways of saying it. You can go the French way and say bon appétit. Most English people say bon appétit. Be careful, it's appétit, bon appétit. Or you can actually just say enjoy your meal. Both work, okay? Enjoy your meal, bon appétit. Okay? Both work. All right. So, what else can you say to the waiter? After you've ordered your main course, you'd like to order dessert. Dessert, yes? Sweet stuff, right? No, dessert. So you ask, can I have the dessert menu? The dessert menu? After you're done ordering desserts, you might like to order some wine. So you can ask for a wine list, right? Or a wine menu too, both work. Or the drinks menu, or both work too. What else? If you're having steak, мясо, steaky по-русски, in English steak too. Your steak can be in three forms. Your steak can be raw, your steak can be medium rare, or your steak can be well done. Raw, medium rare, or well done. Or you can just say medium instead of medium rare, and well done. Okay? Cool? Cool. Now imagine, what do you eat? Let's think about what you eat with at a restaurant. So when you get to a restaurant, usually you have your cutlery. Fancy word? Yes. Cutlery. 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 Now cutlery are basically spoons for eating soup, teaspoons for mixing your tea, dessert spoon for eating your ice cream. You have a fork, regular fork. You have a knife, so fork and knife, yeah. You have spoon, you have a plate, you have bowl. So bowl, салатница, bowl, plate, тарелка, fork, вилка, spoon, ложка, and knife. Now, on the table, you will usually have a tablecloth, right? You will have a napkin, right? For, you know, a napkin. But a napkin in English, interestingly, can mean a piece of cloth you clean your face with or your mouth with. It could also be paper napkins, right? So you can ask for a napkin or paper napkins, whichever you like, right? Okay, they're the stuff on the table that you can take. All right. What else? What else? What else? What else? So, when you are ordering your, when you are sat at the table, when you are seated at the table, what type of things do you have on the table? So obviously you have your wine, remember? Wine, ni wine, wine. You have wine. Szampanski will be champagne or sparkling wine. Champagne or sparkling wine. Actually, you can also have sparkling water, right? You have mineral water, you have sparkling water, or you can get still water. There's also tap water, distilled water, but you just need tap water, still water, sparkling water, and that's okay, or mineral water, okay? Bottle water. I know some of you have watched videos on Instagram, and you know that British people say bottle of water. Now, please be careful. A bottle of water. You can always just say a bottle of water, and everyone will understand you. So you don't have to say a bottle of water, right? Yeah. British people say that. That's their thing. Okay. You can also learn to say it, right? But please be careful, as some people who are not native speakers might not understand you. So bottle of water. Cool. All right. Now, on the table, you'll have your, usually, let's say, your main course will be some soup, all right, in a bowl, all right, some meat in a plate, okay. You will have main dish and a side dish, right? So your main dish will be, for example, your steak, and your side will be vegetables or pasta or whatever, right? Okay, so you can say, as my main, I will have this, and then I will have this on the side. So for example, I'll take steak and some green beans on the side, or I'll have a steak and some fries on the side. The minha? Oh. А если кому-то что-то непонятно, не стесняйтесь в чат писать, окей? Я буду стараться больше на английском, но иногда тоже будут, ну, переспросить чем-то по-русски. Хорошо? All right. So, 3 things you should pay attention to. 4 things, точнее. In a restaurant, we have food, еда, plate, dish, meal, and course. Food, plate, dish, meal, and course. Now this is crazy, but in English, sometimes they can all mean the same thing. However, a food is what you eat. Anything you eat is food. Yeah? If it's not food, it's poison. Okay? What you eat from, if it's flat, плоское, it's a plate. If it's ёмкое, it's a bowl. Now, a dish is plates, basically, right? So in English, you say do the dishes. It means wash your plates. Okay? So a dish is a plate. A dish is also a food prepared in a particular way. For example, a vegetarian dish. Okay? Okay? Now, the word кухня по-русски, да, китайская кухня, белорусская кухня, русская кухня. In English, the word is pronounced cuisine. Да, совсем не так пишется, я знаю, но считается cuisine. So, you have Belarusian cuisine, you have French cuisine, Italian cuisine, right? Cuisine. All right, cool? Cool. A meal, So usually you have 3 meals a day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Please remember, no articles with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have breakfast in the morning. I don't have a breakfast or the breakfast. Breakfast, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 meals a day. Okay? Sometimes you might hear some native speakers say 3 square meals, right? It means complete. Don't worry about it too much. So a meal is an occasion where people eat. Okay? Restaurants have courses. You might hear of a 1-course dinner, 4-course, 7-course, 5-course, 3-course, right? So 3 courses are basically what? Main course, right? So you have starters, zakouski, main course, главный, and then you have dessert. You can have starter, you can have cleanser, you can have main course, you can have pre-dessert and dessert or whatever. You can have as many as 10, 15 courses, whatever you like. And the names are always different. But the primary 3 are dessert, starters, main, and dessert. All right, so let's go back on that again. Food, еда, plate, из чего мы кушаем. Если он плоский, тарелка, right? Plate, если он емкий, bowl. Dish может быть еда, определенный способ приготовления, и тоже может быть тарелка, like do the dishes. Meal, время, когда мы кушаем, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Course, сколько часть еды, right? Main course и так далее. Good? Good. So, when you're in a restaurant, I've talked about a bowl you eat from, right? You have cup for drinking, yes? It can be a cup, it can be glass, it can be tumbler, whichever you like, you could call it. Fork we've talked about. Jug, a jug. If you're drinking tea in a restaurant, your milk will come in a jug, right? Емкость такой, из которой можно выливать, okay? Your tea can come in a kettle or a jug. Interesting, actually. What's the difference between a cup and a mug? Cup is usually small for drinking water and stuff. Mug is usually for drinking beer. So a big cup is a mug. Okay, good. All right. So napkin on the table for cleaning your mouth. But if you like the fancier version, you can call it a serviette. Serviette. Fancy version. Napkin works as well. All right. Just don't ask for a tissue. Tissues in the toilet. Yeah, on the table, you have napkins. Okay? You can ask for wet wipes too, right? Wet wipes, that works. Okay? All right. Usually, if you go to a restaurant, on the table, you will have salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. And in some restaurants, you also have oil and vinegar. Oil, vinegar. Vinegar. Уксус, yes. Oil and vinegar. Okay? So if you go to, for example, столовой, canteen, all right? If you go to a canteen, then usually you have a food tray, yeah? Tray, right? Where you put all your plates and foods, Поднос, right? A tray, right? Good. What else? I think that's it. So when you get to a restaurant, you make an order, the waiter, understand, takes your order. You make, they take your order. Or you can ask them to recommend a dish, recommend something to eat. Okay, with wine, so with your food, you eat your food. Wine, you pour or drink the wine. And then what happens when you finish eating? When you finish eating, you can ask the waiter for the bill. How do you ask the waiter for the bill? Can I have the bill, please? Okay? Please remember, bill. Not check, not receipt. Bill. So 3 words: check, receipt, and bill. Bill is what you get for what you need. It's a piece of paper telling you how much you need to pay. Bill. Okay? If you're buying stuff, for example, at a shop, you get a receipt. If you're buying stuff in bulk, like a company, then you get an invoice. Okay? The receipt, actually, sorry, receipt is after you've paid. You get a receipt. So first you ask for the bill, then after you paid, you get a receipt. Ni receipt, receipt. Good, good. Then after you've paid, you could leave a tip. Some restaurants, I don't know about, Belarus, but some restaurants do have a tip included. They have a service charge. You can ask about it. But usually, yes, you can leave a tip. Okay? Оставить чаевые. Leave a tip. Good? All right. Now, if you don't like what you've eaten, you don't like what you ordered, the food is cold, for example, you can send it back. How do you do that? Excuse me, I would like to send this back because it's cold, because it's not what I asked for, because there is some hair in my pie. Whatever you like. I would like to send this back. Okay? In Russian, which is weird, if you're in a shop and you want to get the attention of a waiter, you just go молодой человек. Yeah, in England you don't do that. In English you don't do that. You go, excuse me. Okay? You don't go young man. No. You don't, okay? You just go, excuse me. All right? So, excuse me, over here, right? You can do that. Okay? Excuse me. Не молодой человек, sorry. Okay? I would say use excuse me, sir, or excuse me, madam. But that again is formal, right? But it's nice. And if you're in the 21st century with all this people who are not sir or madam, then just go excuse me, right? Excuse me. Can I get your attention for a minute? All right. Could you come here for a minute? Whatever you like. All right. So, what else do we have? What else do we have? What else do we have? Please feel free to ask any questions you have in the chat and I'll try to answer them, okay? Oh, I almost forgot. How do you reserve a table? So, in English, to reserve a table, you just call, hello, I would like to reserve a table for two people, or a table for 4 at the time, okay? Excuse me, is this the Houston Hotel? I would like to reserve a table for 2 at 8 o'clock tonight. I would like to reserve a table for 2 at 8 o'clock tonight. Or you can ask, do you have a table for 2 at 8 o'clock tonight? Please, could I reserve it? Whatever you like. Okay? Cool. Please remember, to get the attention of the waiter, you say, excuse me, right? Good. Не молодой человек или девочка. Okay? Excuse me, all right? And just raise your hand a little slightly. Excuse me, all right? Cool? Cool. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have? What else do we have? All right, so sometimes when you're in a restaurant, the waiter can ask you some questions. Let's try to look at the questions. What do you say? Okay, so the waiter asks you, are you ready to order? You tell them, yes, please, right? Or could I have another minute, please? Right? Could I have another, okay, another minute? Could I have some more time? Okay, or no, not just yet, whichever you like. So, are you ready to order? Can I have some more minutes, please? Are you ready to order? In a minute, please. Are you ready to order? Yes, please. Okay. The waiter can also ask you, would you like to see the dessert menu? Yes, please. Or no, thank you. Remember, very important. Yes, please. No, thank you. Okay. Yes, you can say yes, thank you, and no, please, but that's a little awkward. All right. The waiter can also ask you, would you like the wine list? Okay. Would you like the alcohol menu? And you go, yes, please, or no, thank you. What else can the waiter ask you? How was everything? Sometimes they ask, right? Were you satisfied with everything, right? Okay, you can say, yes, everything was awesome, was amazing. And I guess that's about it for food and restaurant. Let's talk about how to complement cooking. So, if someone gives you some food, oh, almost forgot. If someone gives you some food, or you're a visitor in someone's house and they lay the table, they lay the table, and you had finished eating, you can say the food is tasty. But usually in English you say, delicious. If you want to be really fancy, you can say scrumptious. Scrumptious. So tasty, delicious, scrumptious. However, delicious is always just fine. Okay? In English, you can also say, oh, this is really nice. Okay? Interestingly, actually, in English, if the food is not really nice, you say it's not really nice. You don't say it's terrible or awful or God, awful. No, you just say, yeah, not really nice. Okay? Something can be salty. Something can be so salty. Много соли. Something can be spicy. It means with a lot of spices. It can be острый, could be hot. Spicy can mean hot, but doesn't always. Indian food is spicy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's hot. Exactly. So spicy, we have hot, right? Hot can also mean too hot to eat, right? Careful, hot, right? It can also mean hot like hot or spicy. It can be cold. Your drinks can be fizzy, anything with bubbles, fizzy. Drinks, what else? We've talked about delicious. Food can be sour. Sour is like lemon, кислый, sour. Sour. Пишется как flour, я знаю, sour. Something can be sweet. Something can be bitter. Bitter, the горький, right? What else? I think that's the standard. A little sweet, a little salty, a little, okay, bitter, a little sour, right? All right. Now, if you go to your friend's house and they give you some food, I've told you, you can say the food is delicious, it's tasty, really nice, right? Whatever you like to do, okay? What else do we have? What else do we have? We've talked about could I have, I would like, yeah? Good, we've talked about those. I think that's about it from my end. So if you guys can ask some questions or stuff you'd like to know, would be really appreciated. 6 of us, wow, nice. So I'll be listening if there's any questions. Okay, I guess no questions. It means everything was understandable, huh? Perfect, I like that. I guess everything was quite understandable. All right then. Now you know what it is like to order some food in a restaurant. Okay, so let's role play. You get to the restaurant. Before you get to the restaurant, you call. Hello, can I reserve a table? Book a table? Well, reserve, right? Can I book a table or can I reserve a table for 2 at 9 o'clock tomorrow? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, la 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 la, name please. You give your name and all that. When you get to the restaurant, you go, reservation for Endy at 9 o'clock. Okay, so Endy, 9 o'clock. I reserved a table, and they'll check. Oh, yes, Mr. Endy, here's your seat. Come and sit down. You go, thank you very much. And then, a little slower, sorry. And then you ask, excuse me, could I get the menu, please? Could I have the menu, please? And they'll bring a menu. Here you are. You go, thank you very much. You check the menu, menu. And the waiter will come back in about, let's say, 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, he'll come back and go, are you ready to order? And you go, yes, thank you, I am. I would like the steak for main with a side of, how about make that rice and some vegetables, right? Yeah, okay. And then he'll ask, is that it? And you go, no, can I get the wine list, please? Thank you very much. Could I have the this wine, something French sounding? And then yes. And he'll be like, do you want to order dessert now, or do you want to order dessert later? And you're like, could we later, thank you. And later he will come back and ask, so how was the food? And you go, splendid, beautiful, nice, delicious. Okay? And then you go, can I have the dessert menu, please? He gives you the dessert menu. You, could I have this, please? Thank you very much. When you're done eating, you say, excuse me, could I please have the bill? They'll hand you over the bill, you check, and then you ask, usually they'll ask, how are you paying? You can pay by card or cash, right? Yeah. And you pay, that's it. I hope I haven't missed anything. But if I have missed anything, please feel free to write in the comment, and I will be more than happy to re-elaborate. Если я что-то пропустил, пишите в комментарии. Я готов пересказать. Но в данный момент, если нету вопросики, я думаю, что это все. Столько разговора о еде, я уже чуть немножко проголодался. И поэтому до скорой встречи. Да? Пока. Пока. Okay? Cheers, everyone.